Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my Patreon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, you guys, with our second Patreon tutorial, you guys. We are going to learn how to draw a face today digitally. So this is going to be super exciting. So before we start, I like to use the Sketchy Line Art pencil by Lisi Ginai. I think that's how you say her name. I'll put it down in the links below or the description below so you guys can download this set if you would like, but this is my favorite sketch pencil or brush that I love to use. So that's what I'll be using, and yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with our face. So first things first, you guys, before you start any kind of drawing, it's very important for you to warm up. And by warming up, I mean just taking your brush, and you can put the opacity down a little bit and the size up or whatever you need to do, and just start making a bunch of shapes. And this could be any shape that you feel like the need to draw and just do it, and just, make all these little scribbles and everything until you feel comfortable with your flow. So that way, you can just get used to your screen. You can get used to using your Apple Pencil or your tablet pen, and just really get a feel of everything. So it'll just really help you to do even better with your artwork. And yeah, I think this is a very, very efficient way of just creating better art, is just warming up, creating a bunch of shapes, as many as times as you need, so you can just feel comfortable and confident in creating those lines on your tablet screen. So that's the first step, warming up, and now we can get into it. So let me move the camera up a little bit so you guys can see everything. Okay, there we go. All right, so first things first is the circle for the head. So we are going to just keep the brush opacity low, around 50-ish, 60-ish, and the brush size, you can make that around 5% and start making that circle. And see, it's not perfect for me. See how I have kind of lines in it? And if you need to, just practice drawing, a circle over and over again, and just using very, very, light pressure as you draw. It's the same as drawing on paper. Just use very light pressure and, slowly, gradually build that circle up. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. Or here's another trick to make a circle. You can actually do this. So one of the awesome things about Procreate is they have kind of like a little cheat system, so you can make a circle, right? And if you hold the screen down, it'll make a perfect circle for you. Check that out, you guys. We got a circle. Isn't that lit? So yeah, you guys, that's how you can easily make a circle, or you can make a triangle. You can basically make any shape that you want, and it'll perfect it for you. See how that's not, oh, you can't really see what I'm doing there. Let me do that like this. See how that's not a perfect square? It kind of just, well, it doesn't make it a perfect square, but it just, makes it a lot neater. But with a circle, it makes it a perfect circle for you. So that's a little tip right there for you. So there we go. We got our circle. So now we can just start drawing on the circle, because why not? So now we're going to draw a line down the middle, and you can also do the same thing for the lines. You can hold it down, and then boom, it's a straight line. Check that out. Isn't that lit? Oh my goodness. And yeah, so that's the second step. So we got our circle, and then we got our line to divide the face. And then I'm going to make kind of like a slightly curved line, and you can even hold down for curved lines, and it'll correct it for you. So that's the third step, and this is going to be the line for our eyes. And next we're going to start making the circles for the eye sockets. So we're just going to gradually make a kind of like an angled oval, and we're going to do that on both sides. And okay, to make sure that the eyes are the same, what I like to do is make a line across from one of the eyes. Now I should have done this first before drawing the other one, because look, we can see the difference already. So I'm gonna hold it down so we can, you know, make it nice and neat for y'all. So you see the difference, how this eye is bigger than this one because I didn't have the line or guide for me. So now we can correct this eye. Oops. And we can make it the same, because I know that's one problem that I know a lot of artists have had a problem with, is making the other eye the same. So yeah, artist struggles, y'all. It's all good though, we all go through it. So okay, we've got our little ovals for our eyes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now that we have that, we can draw in the iris. So I'm just going to nicely draw it in right here. I'm going to make it a little bit lighter than that. You see how I did that? And you know, the fun part of this is, you know, you can make the iris in any position you'd like. Well, not any position, but for example, see how that's centered? We can do this. We can move it over here like that. We have all this kind of creative freedom. And then you can move it over here like that. And of course, you know, shape it out so that it can look proportionate. So yeah, you have all these kind of options, but for now we're just going to do the front view. And this is going to be one iris, and this is going to be two. And a good way, if you want to make sure that both of these are the same, right? Same size, you can make another layer, right? Draw that iris in again. Okay, and then duplicate the layer like that. And then you want to, how do I flip it over here? Okay, you want to go to adjustments, and then you want to, well, not adjustments, you want to go to actions and flip. Oh, that's the canvas, my bad. Okay, let's redo that. So how do you flip that then? Go here. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. All right, redo. Okay, so you want to create that. Okay, so yeah. So create the iris on this layer, and then we're gonna duplicate it. And then we're gonna move it over here to this eye and flip it horizontal. And then boom, they're both the same size. Check that out, easy as pie, right? Cool. So that's only if you know you're, you know, a perfectionist with it and that's, you know, what you want to do. I've actually never done that before, but you know, I thought that was something I could add in real quick. So now we've got two beautiful irises, and yeah, there we go. So next I'm going to, since we have the main, you know, circles and everything and guidelines right here, I'm going to turn the opacity down on that layer to about 25%, and then we can start with the nose. So actually, yeah, we can start with the nose. So I never draw lines from my nose, but it's going to be somewhere like under here, under this area. So it's going to be about here where that nose is going to be, just so you can get an idea. And yeah, so I'm actually going to merge that layer down, and then you start drawing the nose in. So the nose can be as low or high as you want. It's all a style preference. And for the nose, let me make that brush a little bit smaller so you can really see what I'm doing. I like to make an upside down triangle. Just like that. And then a circle around it, and I kind of lightly add that circle in. Sometimes I even kind of just add like these little quotation marks, something like that. But yeah, that's what I like to do for the nose. And you know, I draw the rest of the details in with that later. And you can make this part as big or small as you want. Alrighty. So next for the mouth. Now the mouth is going to be somewhere on this line, like around here. So we're going to draw a circle. It's going to be somewhere on that line. And that's how I make the lips. And I'm just using a little soft brush eraser to erase those lines around it. And really, you don't have to do this step right now. I'm just being extra. So yeah. There we got some nice juicy lips. Sorry, I gotta turn it to me because I'm actually drawing at an angle, so yeah, things are actually a little bit off right here, so I'm gonna fix that really quick. My camera setup is just a little bit uncomfortable for me right now, just because this is, you know, the best that I could do at the moment. So yeah, I'm just trying my best, you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna draw those lips in again. I'm gonna zoom it in, so hopefully you guys, you can see it from here. And I like to start off with the center of it, like that, kind of round it a little bit. Then I add the corners of the lips. I don't connect it all the way because it gives a cute look when you kind of leave that space in between it. So like that. And then we can draw in a circle to represent the rest of the lips if you like. You know, you could do that, but I normally don't. Whatever helps you. And then we can do the top lip. I like to make sure the top lip isn't too close to the nose, but also not too far away, because I like to keep a cute dolly look to my artwork. Got the top. And then the bottom, I just like to give it a little bit of a thick line in the center. And then boom. We've got some really cute, juicy lips. Okay, so now I can erase those guidelines away. And that's what we got. Alrighty, so we've got those down. We've got some of the eye, the nose, and the lips. Alrighty, so now we can go in with the finishing up the eyes out, because I want to really finish those out. So I love to make nice thick eyeliner. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let me turn this to you guys. Sorry about the ring light. I know it's a little bit bright. Let me see if I could turn it down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to keep that light off so you guys can see the screen better. So yeah, now I'm going to put in some nice thick eyeliner. And I just made my brush a little bit bigger. You see how I'm kind of rounding it out like that. I'm going to do the same to this side. And you know, we're just sculpting out the eyeliner because it's not going to look both the same at first. So you're going to have to go in with the eraser and, you know, kind of fix things up as you go along. Okay, also, big tip, flip your canvas horizontally so that you can know that things are looking wonky on the other side. So we're about to see a big difference. Now don't be startled. You see that big difference already? Like, you might not see it, but I see it's like this is way higher than this one. So yeah, we definitely got to fix that. So yeah, always flip your canvas horizontal, flip it back and forth. This is one of the big tips that I could give for digital faces and drawing digitally in general. Flipping your canvas back and forth so you can make sure everything is looking decent. And that's also, I guess, a good thing of you know, duplicating that layer to make the irises the same size. That was kind of actually a good thing. So that way we can, you know, have less to modify when we flip the canvas horizontally. So a few things to look out for with the eyes. Make sure that this white area are the same size, because I've learned over the years that when I flip the canvas horizontally, that this white area would be two completely different sizes. So make sure you're really looking at the eyeliner and the iris and the space in between it, making sure that they're looking nice and, you know, like twins. I know Michelle Phan would say, make your eyebrows look like sisters, but for this, make them look like twins, as best as you can, really. You know, just so when the canvas is flipped horizontally, it won't look wonky. And now this is important because, especially if you want to make merch out of your artwork, and if you print some artwork on a shirt or something, and then, you know, you didn't check how it looked on the other side, and you look in the mirror at your merch, like say for instance you got your artwork printed on a shirt, and then you look in the mirror and then it just looks completely different. You see things that are a little bit off. And so doing this will avoid that. So then you know that when your customers go in the mirror, they won't see like a different kind of design. And I know that I have definitely been victim to this, because I have definitely not flipped my canvas for all of my artwork, because I was like, oh, it looks fine, you know, the way it is. And I actually have to turn my iPad this way too. And then also, you know, utilize the selection tool right here. It's right here on the top, the selection tool. And make sure it's on freehand. And then you can select whatever it is that you need to change. Just like that. And they have all these different options. Distort. This is what distort does. It just moves everything kind of like this. You can put it at an angle and everything, and then you can reset it just in case you didn't want to do that. Then they have warp, kind of stretches things out, kind of like the liquefy tool in Photoshop. Then uniform keeps everything the same size, and you can just resize it. And freeform just lets you freely move it, stretch it, pull it, however you like. So yeah, those are just a few little things. So I'm just going to look at this and, you know, fix it according to what I see it needs, just so I can get those eyes looking good, you know. And I'm gonna also see if there's anything I could fix with the nose here. This is really going to make your art game skyrocket. Okay, when you do this, honey, when you flip that canvas and make sure, you know, things are going right, it's really going to help you. So, you know, we got to keep flipping it back and forth, because, you know, it's going to, you know, look different as we keep making those changes. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do, and it really pays off. So that's what I'm doing right now. We're just fixing those, you know, mistakes that we see. And, you know, if you want, you could duplicate, you know, the other eye just so they could both be the same if you like, but I typically just don't do that because it's just more fun to, you know, figure everything out. And it's just all part of the process for me. I, you know, wouldn't want to, you know, skip a step of the process that I love, you know, doing, you know. But of course, you know, digital art is awesome because it really does make things easier. You got the undo button. You've got a lot of effects and stuff that you can use. It's really awesome. So yeah, you just want to get it as close as possible. You know, just, you want to make sure it's just at least looking decent on both, you know, flip sides. So yeah, it's slightly off still, but you know, it looks a lot better than what I think it did. For sure. So yeah, I'm just playing with it, you guys. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and you know, I've really gotta you know, get out of that mindset just so I can, you know, get some more artwork done and get more content out, because yeah, I could spend a little bit too long on some of my pieces, but it's okay. You know, it's the perfectionist in me, but you know, I'm learning. I'll get there. So yeah. And then I even like to kind of add kind of like this texture to the eyeliner. I really don't know what I would call this. This is just a part of my style that I like to kind of add in for just some extra detail. And I think it looks cute. And you see how I'm going with the eraser too. There's also a setting on iPad where you can actually just double tap the side of your pen like this, and it'll flip to the eraser. Did you see that? You can just double tap it and it'll flip from both sides, so you don't have to keep going back and forth. So I think that's pretty cool if you guys wanted to know a little secret, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty. So yeah, now we're fleshing it out, and it's crazy because this is the flip side and it's looking good. So let's see. Okay, so that's the actual side that we had it on. And fix that a little bit. Alrighty. So now I'm fleshing everything out, and normally I would do this, I do this step after I've warmed up a few times, but that's more when it comes to reference pictures. I warm up a little bit more just so I can get used to the reference that I'm going to draw. But of course we'll have tutorials on that later. So yeah, next I like to add in the eyelid. And this is just a part of my style. This part is totally optional. This is just what I like to do. And then we're gonna add some lash game in. Hunty, that's what we're gonna do. I still see some minor things that I would like to fix. So I kind of, you know, gradually fix them as I go along. You see how I had to add a little bit more just to get the white ratio of the, well, this is really called the sclera, so I'm trying to get the sclera the same size. So now I'm going to add some eyelashes in. I'm going to turn the opacity down or up or whatever, and then I'm going to use the flick of the wrist and add some lashes, honey. Oops. You can just hold down on the screen to eyedrop for your eyedrop tool, but make sure your settings are changed to that. If you guys need to know how to do that, let me know. I will make a little video for you. And you know, I don't even know how to use all of the tools on Procreate, but I'm just showing you the tools that I know how to use to get you to the results that you see that I'm doing. So, yep. Alrighty, so also want to make sure, okay, just making sure that this was the same size. So yeah, if you're not going to duplicate the other side, make sure the bottom of these eyes are, you know, the same size as well. So that'll help you when it comes to flipping your canvas horizontally. You won't have to change as much. All right, so next we're gonna do the bottom lid. So sometimes I like to keep the lid close, and sometimes I like to make it a little bit of space in between the iris and the bottom lid. So we're gonna give it a little bit of space this time. And then boom, we got our bottom lid. And I'm gonna show you something else I like to do. I like to add in this extra detail just because I think it's cute. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, depending on the piece that I'm doing and the vibe that I'm feeling. And I just like to add in some lashes. And you see how I'm adding the lashes in? Like this. You see that? With a flick of the wrist, honey. With the flick of the wrist. Just like that. That's how I add those lashes in. Real cute, right? And then we're going to add some on the top. Sometimes I don't even add lashes. It just depends on how I'm feeling, but I just want to show you guys how to add lashes so you guys can know. And you can just practice making these little motions like this. Practice this. I like to double it because it just makes it look more realistic too, like that. Sometimes I even like to make the lashes kind of curve under like this so it can really look realistic, so it can make it look like it's really coming out of the eye. I'm gonna do the same to the other eye. And sometimes I like to fill in the lash like this, just fill it in. But it depends on the vibe, like I said, so I kind of want to keep these lashes wispy. Alrighty, so we got that done. Now we're going to add the eyebrows in. I know you're probably like wondering, when are you gonna add the rest of the face? But you know, I don't really have an order. I just kind of, well, I kind of do, but at the same time I don't. So yeah, we're gonna do the eyebrows next. And so, you know, an easy way you could do this too, you can start out with a low opacity on the brush. Make the brush a little bit bigger. And just slowly add it in like this. So you don't have to sketch it out. Ooh, we got one brow on fleek, honey. And you know, you can carve this out with the eraser tool just as if you were doing actual makeup. So that's awesome. And do the same over here. Look how thick that eyebrow is. It's actually pretty cute. Alright, so see how thick we have that? It's totally fine. Because now we can flesh it out. And it's crazy because I don't normally draw my eyebrows like this, but I think it's easier for, it's like an easy way for you guys to follow along. Alright, so I'm going to use this medium hard blend brush. Really doesn't matter what brush that you use to erase, just make sure it's smooth. You can use the paint brush. I usually use this one because that's a nice smooth one, but I think that the airbrushing ones are a little bit more smooth, but they don't have those sharp edges. Well, some of them do, like the hard ones, they'll have the sharp edges, and the soft ones are softer. So it just depends on your preference, but you know, I want to have a little bit more of an edge. So yeah, we could do the hard blend, we could do the medium hard blend. It really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna just do the hard blend. We're gonna try that. And then, ooh, look at us carving away, getting the eyebrow on fleek. Okay, so just take your time with this, kind of like you're sketching it out, carving it out. Wow, look at that. Isn't she bomb? She's too bomb. Then we're gonna carve it out over here. Once you get a hang of it, it's really easy. Oops. Alrighty, so we got our brows. And they're looking really cute. Now one brow is a little bit higher than the other one, no problem. All we have to do is take the selection tool, circle it, and we can move it down. I kind of like my brows a little bit higher, so we're actually going to make the other one higher. I feel like it gives a little bit more emotion when they're a little bit further up, you know? Alright, so boom, we got our brows. Uh-oh. Now, you can keep your brows like this, or you can make them textured, make them look more realistic. So, you can use the same brush. We're just going to turn it all the way down to 1, and then we're going to start lightly. You can turn the opacity down a little bit too if you want. Lightly carving out that brow. You see what I'm doing? Just making those little strokes. And now you have those beautiful eyebrow strokes. But you really don't have to worry about this step until we get to the inking. So yeah. And you know, since we've been really carving this out too with the red pencil, you can also, if you don't want to ink it, you can turn this layer on alpha lock and then just make the paint black, and then just go over it, and then it's all inked in except for this layer because I didn't put it on that one. and then it'll be inked for you. But I kind of like to go over it again with the ink pen just because it makes it a little bit more sharp than versus me just doing that. So, but you know, it's all up to preference. If you want to do that, you can. So yeah, that's how much of the face we got done so far. And now we're going to go in with the cheeks and the chin. So I'm gonna give you guys an easy way to do this first. So what I like to do is I like to start out with just a line. Oops, I'll do it on a different layer. Just a line going down for the first cheek, and we can stop it. Actually, we're gonna angle it in a little bit more, and we can stop it around where the corner of the lip is. You know, we can fix all of this later because it is looking a little bit wide right there for me, but it's okay. And then for the chin, which I like to kind of put it around here, we can connect it with just a straight line. Don't worry about rounding it out because we're, you know, trying to do this in steps, geometric shapes before the organic shapes. And then boom. And then we can add the rest of the top of the head. And it's kind of slightly over this part. I basically just draw it until I feel like it looks right. And like I said, you can always draw, hold down, and you got a line. But of course I'm not going to do it that way because I kind of messed it up. But that's another way you could do it. Alrighty, so we got the top part of her head. Now we can flesh out this part. So I'm going to put this on low opacity, make a new layer above it, and then we can carve out that face and start rounding it out. And we're just taking it with soft, light strokes and building it up. Even if you need to turn it upside down, just to, you know, get comfortable making your strokes or whatever, do that, you know. That's the beauty of digital art. You can just get real comfortable with it. All right. Then we can draw in the rest of her head. You can turn it upside down. And then boom, look at that. We got our head. Oh my goodness, we've got the head done. Of course we got to add those ears in. And then I'm going to add more detail to the nose so you guys can see that finished nose. So all right, so cool. We've got the head done, you know, the main part, head, and then, you know, flip that canvas and make sure. All right, so see, it's looking a little wobbly. So since it's on its own layer, we can just select it by using that tool right there. And we can kind of, I guess we could try and use a warp tool. I think that would be appropriate. And then we can shape it out. So yeah, it's a little bit wonky, so we're just gonna fix it. a little bit bigger. And then I gotta fix those lips too. So I think that's good for the head. Select it. Oh, it's not on the right layer, silly me. Select and then use a warp tool to fix it up. Boom. I like it. All right, so now we can flip it again. All right, it looks pretty good. Her head is a little lopsided there. Let me fix that. It's all a process, you know. It's not gonna be perfect at first. I gotta turn it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Sometimes you have to make your canvas smaller too, if you need to, just so you can see everything. Alright, awesome. So we've got that fixed and it looks good to me. So now we're going to get the ears in. So the ears are going to be somewhere around, you see where the eye line is right here. It's going to be around here. And you see where actually right here the circle stops? That's where the ear, the bottom of the ear. I'm gonna put it right there. And that looks pretty good to me. And then for the ear, inside of the ear, I make these lines like this. And that's how I make the inside of my ear. You can give her a little earring. And do the same over here. Alrighty, cool. Alrighty guys, so that's the face so far. I'm going to draw the nose in. So I'm just going to go to the nose layer and we're going to take a soft brush and we're going to erase it a little bit. Just like that so you can still see it. And we're going to get up close so you can see what I'm doing. Take our pencil and then we're going to draw those nostrils in. Just like that. And then we're going to round out the nose like this. Add the sides of the nostrils. And then I like to add kind of like these little quotation marks for the top part. And there's our nose. Look at how cute that nose is. And if you want, you can add a little bottom part like that, but don't connect it. Just slightly add it in. But that's only if you want. Super cute, right? Alrighty, so we've got our face, and now I'm going to just finish out the hair and the neck and everything and shoulders. And after that, we're going to ink everything up and we'll be done. Alright, sorry you guys, before I go into that, I'm going to do the pupils and everything, just because we're going to go into speeding everything up. So for the inner parts of the eye, what I like to do is just take, we're going to actually take the regular paintbrush just so everything could be more smooth. I'm going to go in and just add our pupils in like this. And of course I'll have a how to draw eyes tutorial, you guys, so you guys can, you know, learn how I draw my eyes. And you know, of course I'll have how to color them as well, but you know, we'll, you know, have the polls so you guys can vote and everything for the next tutorials. But leave down in the comments below what you guys are wanting to see next, so then, you know, I can make a new poll. Alrighty, and then I add my little heart highlights in. And then I'll shade it in for you guys. Oops. Let me go back to my sketch. And I like to do a gradient so it'll be dark to light. And I keep it light within here. I make this little line for detail like this. Isn't that cute? And do the same for over here. Kind of made it a little bit darker over there. Let me do that again. Okay, perfect. I'll just darken it up a little bit over here too. And then I like to erase away some highlights. Merge it. And then boom, we've got our face, you guys. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, she's so adorable. I'm gonna take those guidelines away so you guys can see. Oh my gosh. And then when you take those guidelines away, like, oh, like, she is popping. Yes, honey. Wow, look at you. Okay, girl. Okay, sis, I see you looking all cute and stuff. Yes. Okay, okay. So that's our face, you guys. So I'm going to finish this drawing up and everything, and then we'll be done. Yeah, this is the tutorial how to draw a face digitally. And yeah, of course, you know, we're gonna have more parts where I show you guys how to draw like dynamic little poses and hair, just anything you guys are looking forward to, you know, just let me know down in the comments below. I can make new polls and everything for you guys. But yeah, I had so much fun with this tutorial, you guys. I think she came out really cute. I'm going to finish up this drawing. I really hope that you all enjoyed watching, and I really hope this was able to help you guys. If you have any questions or anything, let me know down in the comments below what you would like to know. Also, you can, you know, if you want, you can add a little shading to the lips like this, just to finish it off, which I think is really cute. And then a little shine like that, but that's optional. But yeah, oh my gosh, she came out so cute. I'm really happy with the results. So yeah, I really hope that you all enjoyed. I really hope this was able to help you all. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys.
Pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil. du soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil. Da-di-da. Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil. Da-di-da. Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil. Da-di-da. Pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil.
Alrighty, you guys, so this is our tutorial how I draw a face, how to draw a face digitally, you guys. Oh my goodness, I did not realize this was gonna come out this good. I'm really happy. I'm so happy with this piece. I am just every day learning how to, just draw and move on to the next piece, and I'm really liking how things are going. So I really hope that you all enjoy this tutorial, you guys. We're only getting better. We're only getting bigger. Thank you guys for helping to grow the Rawsueshii family. Greatness is coming, you guys. As you can see, I have improved so much, you guys, and I'm just so happy that this tutorial was this drawing because, I'm happy. I'm really happy with this. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Probably gonna add some more stuff to this if you see the final version of it. I might add some more to it, or I might just leave it alone. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I just need to learn how to just leave my pieces alone and go to the next one, but I don't know. I'm just, oh my gosh, I really love this character. I just love how she came out. She's super cute. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you guys learned something from it and that you're able to apply these skills and what I've taught you to your own style and whatever it is that you want to do. I just really hope that you enjoy it, and I know that whatever you do, you will succeed in. Just keep on going, never give up, and just take every little day, one little step at a time, and continue to water that plant, and let it grow. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on my next Patreon tutorial. Peace, love, and God bless, my loves. Bye.